I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. and today I'm reviewing Binho. I think it's pronounced Binho, like Binho. It's just, it's Binho. I'm reviewing Binho today. This is going to be a very short review because there's only so much you can really say about this game, as you'll see in a second. Here's Binho. You have a ball, you have the two sides, and you have your hand. You have your hand over here. Players are going to take turns flicking the ball. Oh, that is so close. Oh my gosh, I've never had that happen on like the first shot. That's so close. But it's not actually over the line, which means now it's their turn to shoot. Players are going to take turns shooting back and forth. All you get is one turn, back and forth, trying to score on each other. Let's see if I can get this. Keep in mind, I am shooting at a bad angle over here because I'm kind of shooting lengthwise when I normally don't shoot this way. But usually, oh, that was a goal. It went in. There you go. That was a goal. Okay, cool. Do that until one player has 7 points. That's Binho. That's all it is. I mean, the components matter. The components are nice over here. We got these nice little stretchy bands over here. Gives you lots of room to be able to pull back. If it's at an edge, you can like pull back and take a shot very nicely. The rules are pretty simple. You go back and forth until someone has 7 points. These things will bounce off those metal balls. Metal pins, the metal pins a lot because those are in the way, very intentionally so. A big part of the game is learning how to like aim your shot so that you can kind of get it past the defenses or even something like that. Oh, so close. So good. No. Nope. Ah, there we got out. Let's go back. Nope. Back in. Nope. Let's see if we can get this one. Nope. Again, bad angles for me, but I did score early on. Okay. Let's get. Nope. That's not good. That's a score. Okay, cool. That's a point over there. That's the basic idea of the game. The basic idea of the game is you are just taking shots back and forth until you get to 7 points. So one player gets 7 points. There is a like foul set of rules, like a whole rules around like, the red and yellow flags and all that. I never play with them because the entire appeal of this game is how quick and easy it is to play, and these, they just get in the way of that quick and easy degree of playing. So let's tell you my thoughts on the game because it's pretty straightforward as far as what's going on here. So thoughts-wise, there are a lot of dexterity-based games out there. I have a bunch of them, and I've enjoyed a bunch of them. We'll talk more about, I guess, the ones I have later when I give my recommendations to other games. But as far as Binho goes, Binho is the kind of game that's kind of stupid as far as what actually goes on here. Like when I think of a lot of the dexterity games that I have, this one to me feels the least skill based. As far as like, the ability to get better at taking shots. So far, based on my plays so far. I say that very specifically. If you check out the reviews on Board Game Geek, there are people who talk about like when you get to like a point where you can get those master skill shots in. I haven't encountered that yet. I have not yet encountered that through my plays of it. I haven't played it a ton, but like I've played it at least 10 times because it's an easy game to sit down and just play very quickly. But I haven't gotten to the trick shot part where I think I'm good at the game. I flick, I look for openings, and I try to get it out. Like, I'm good, but I'm good in the sense of, flicking a ball. Not like when I play a game like Crokinole or Shuffleboard. I definitely think I've gotten better at those games as I've played them, and I don't feel that way about Binho. So this one is, to me, at least so far, the least skill-based dexterity shooting game that I personally own or have tried. But it's also one of the simplest. And it's very straightforward. And it's very, very fun to actually go back and forth. And it's got a very low time commitment. And it's the kind of game that whenever this is out on a table and someone sees it who hasn't seen it before, they always want to play it. It's like, ooh, soccer, what's going on here? What's this over? Like, what can I do to like shoot balls back and forth? Like, that just seems like a fun thing to do. It's stupidly addictive and it works. And there's a reason I've played this a bunch because it's just easy to play and it has one of the smaller footprints from these kinds of games. Like, I think I own 3 games in the, fun, larger dexterity games. I've tried more than 3, but I own 3. I own Way Kick, which is great, by the way. If you can pick up a copy of that, that is so much fun. Way Kick is more of a soccer style game as well, but I do think that one's a bit more skill based. It feels almost like air hockey, but not air hockey. This Crokinole, and then the Shuffleboard, both of which are fantastic. All of those have a much bigger table footprint than Binho. All of those are more expensive than Binho. And all of those, I think the skill factor is relevant too, because less so in Way Kick, but for sure in Shuffleboard and Crokinole, I do find that the skill differential can also hurt a new player. This is just so easy to play and flick that it's kind of fun. So that's kind of my review of Binho. It's just fun. It's just appealing in the range of these kinds of games. It is slightly different. slightly less skill-based, which works for it in some ways and against it in others, but it's just an easy game to actually sit down and flick things, and it's very compelling to do so, which is why it gets played a lot. As far as rating on this one, I am coming in at a 3.5 out of 5. I don't think it quite hits the 4. The fact that like there isn't really a skill ceiling to it means that it's just fun and not like, oh my gosh, I feel like so satisfied. Like when I get a good shot in those other games, like those other games I mentioned, if I get a good shot in, I feel like I earned it. When I score in Binho, I'm like, yeah, goal, let's keep going. Okay, cool. It's not, I don't feel like I earned the win. So that takes away a little bit from it, but overall, still a 3.5 out of 5. Definitely a fun experience. Yeah, check it out. See if you enjoy it. It's kind of straightforward at what it does. As far as other game recommendations, I mentioned them already. We have Waykick, Shuffleboard, and Crokinole. Those are all amongst my favorite bigger dexterity games. I think they are all better than Binho, but I think they are more expensive, take up more space, and a little harder to just get. Unless you have like dedicated spaces for them, there's some more things in the way of them, including that skill ceiling, which as much as I enjoy, is also something that take into account when you're playing against new players. This is easily the most coffee table as far as, like, you know, the coffee table appeal. It has the strongest level of that compared to my other games in this genre. In any case, and until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you found this review helpful, and as always, I hope you have a good one.